can't see anything. I don't know if I'm gonna focus or not. Oh, the eclipse is today, and we got a little partial. We didn't think we'd be able to see anything, but clouds parted just in time for us to see a little bit of it, which is pretty awesome. I can't see anything unless I look up at it, which is pretty sweet. So tonight we're camping at Clark's Ferry. It's one of the recreation.gov campsites. So it's got some good and some bad things about staying in like an official campsite. Good is there's toilets, sometimes showers, picnic tables, which I love. They mow the grass so it keeps the bugs down. And then there's people, so I mean that leads into some cons. A pro of having people here is if we needed something, we could always ask somebody. So the con is there's people. On an island, we like to be alone. The solitude is really nice. We know we're not gonna have any drunken strangers or boat rampers, or trains. So another con that we aren't fans of is that we can't just pee wherever we want. We can't just change our clothes wherever we want. Yeah, and then you're by roads or something like that, but that's not always a bad thing. So that's the pros and cons of campsites. All right, tell us about island camping.
All right, so typically we camp on islands because it's way easier. They're more accessible as long as there's not mud, which this one there's not mud. You can see our tents up here, way up on the hill so that the water doesn't get to us. We pull our boats all the way out of the water because as we have already learned, if you don't do that, the barges, like this one over here, will pull your boat into the water and then you will be SFO. But camping is really good on the islands as long as it's not raining because it's sand.
This is the other advantage of waking up on an island. Sunrises are awesome. So sometimes we camp on grass, sometimes we camp on sand. And occasionally we camp on mud. So it's another island that we're on here. Annie actually thought of something today. What's the other disadvantage of camping on an island?
That you have to find it. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes, or today it took an hour.
Last night we slept at a boat ramp.
We did.
Tell me about it.
So, boat ramps. The positive thing about boat ramps is that they're actually on the maps. So they're kind of like a last-ditch effort. If we can't find a place to stay, there's always a boat ramp. But the cons definitely outweigh the pros on boat ramps. The cons are you're right next to a busy road, so you don't know what creepers are going to come creeping on your campsite in the middle of the night. They're not always mowed, so the bugs traditionally for us have been pretty bad at the boat ramps. And then I guess really you don't know what kind of ground you're gonna have. So like last night I could barely get my stakes in a quarter of the way because it was so rocky. Yeah, boat ramps are kind of the last ditch effort stop.
Ain't no crossing the channel with that guy coming.
All right, so how long is this drop?
About 35 feet or so.
And that's longer than the rest of them?
Yep, it'll be almost about 3.5 times what most of the other ones are.
Ooh.
And the block's twice as long as most of them. until you get down to St. Louis. Instead of gray, it'll be yellow. And when you get to the bottom of the seventh, that's when you know you're all the way down.
Wow, watch it. That thing goes down fast.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're on day 47. I didn't think about that for a second. And even though we just said it, and we are in our longest lock yet, heading into Warsaw. Holy moly, that thing is so big.
Awesome.
So big. Hey Annie,
Yes.
what are we doing right now?
We just got blessed with some river magic by Travis, who just finished the Mississippi River with his wife and his sister. What, this week, right?
Yeah.
So he came up to Canton, Missouri, and he brought us pizza and beer
Woo!
and a marine radio.
Ooh, what are we gonna do with that?
So with this, I'm gonna call the locks, and then we're gonna listen to the barges talk dirty things about the three girls floating around in their canoes.
Like this one that we cut off earlier, and now it's coming through.
He was delayed on trying to get
We're gonna be like, dang, those girls have some huge butt.
Freaking carp everywhere. Oh god. I don't want to paddle. Oh, I hate carp. Alright, so we are at Rumors in where are we?
Hannibal, Missouri.
And Dana said that they have the, what do they have?
very best blue cheese coleslaw on a burger, no less. It's very good.
Yeah. And an awesome beer selection. Huge beer selection. That's only half of them. Ooh. This is the absolute most beautiful sunset we've had on this whole trip in Hannibal, Missouri. Looks like a sunset and a sunrise at the same time. Because if you look at that side of the sky, it's just absolutely gorgeous all the way around. It's day 52 and we are in Clarksville, Missouri, or Missouri. And we are camping at a boat club. So other than islands and actual campgrounds, occasionally we have people who let us stay in their backyards. So this is essentially the same thing. They just let us put up on their grass right on the river. See? Here's tonight's campsite on an island. Annie, me, and Dana's all the way down there by the other boaters. You can't really see her. All right, Dana, tell me about where we're staying tonight and how we got it.
Okay, I pulled up here. I took off early this morning, and it was pretty calm. About halfway here, the wind picked up terribly. Had at least a 15 to 20 mile an hour headwind and waves. So I went uptown to look for something to eat and get a little snack to take on my way into Alton, and got a text from Annie saying how much trouble they were having. They probably wouldn't be able to make it to Alton. So I went over here to this bar that I saw right on the riverfront and was just going to try to yogi for a nice grassy area. And the owner was in there, and he says, well, I can one-up you on that. And he brought us over here to this beautiful little cottage. So we're spending the night in a beautiful guest house. Yay! Can't beat that for yogi.